Hey everyone, it's Katie. As promised, we are going to get started with our video related to Mama June. We have been talking about this case for quite some time, and now we have some responses from the girls and relating to what's going on with them since Mama June up and left them. I don't understand why I am buffering again. Can everyone see me? I hope so. All right. Apparently, I'm gonna have to close things out. I don't know what's been going on today with the internet. It's funny. When my son is actually at school, I should have better internet access, but I don't. So let's get started. All right, you guys. So we've been talking a lot about Mama June and what has been going on with her. She's on the run right now with Gino. Gino, Doak, and her sold their house. They apparently bought an RV. They are fleeing and traveling the country, avoiding charges in Alabama related to their arrests in the spring of March 2019. Well, that would be the spring, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So according to the court system, these two haven't showed up. Mama June and Gino are both facing felonies. There's a lot to unpack. Instead of dealing with what they had to do, they actually left Alabama, which was against their bail. They went back to Georgia. They liquidated the house. Mama June basically sold all of her worldly possessions, and then new owners came in and bought the house. According to photos obtained by TMZ, the house looked like it was getting decontaminated from drugs. Not uncommon when a person has utilized any form of methamphetamine in a home. All aspects of the home need to be gutted, sometimes down to the studs, to get rid of any drugs that are in the walls or the floors or the kitchen. And that's exactly what they did. In the photos, they had removed the flooring, they had put primer on the walls, they had taken out cabinets. The house was gutted. Now, the girls have been sort of on the outer edges of all of this and quiet on social media. And sadly, it's been, difficult for these two girls, considering the fact that their mother has been relatively, MIA. The girls essentially cut off their mother after she refused to go to rehab. They attempted an intervention in the late spring of 2019. It was captured on Wee's TV from Mama June from Not to Hot. The show is not going to come back as long as Mama June remains unable or unwilling to get medical help or rehabilitation for her addiction. And there's been a lot of rumors that Alana and Lauren Pumpkin are getting their own spinoff, but that has actually not been confirmed. There is nobody saying anything about a spinoff at this point, so it's hard to know what will happen with them in terms of Alana's career. However, the Not to Hot show is not moving forward, so a season 4 of that should not be expected. On social media, Alana and Pumpkin, so Alana is Honey Boo Boo, Pumpkin is Lauren, if you're new to this family, have been sharing their thoughts and their feelings about what's been going on with their mother. Pumpkin, Lauren, she is 19 years old. She has has the custody of her older sister, or her younger sister, Alana, who just turned 14. Pumpkin wrote, it's okay not to be okay. I've been through the ringer back and back. I can't wait to see what the future has in store. And then Pumpkin also shared a happy birthday to her sister Alana, and she wrote, happy birthday to my not so little sister. Today you're 14, and I'm so happy I get to spend this with you. Things haven't been the easiest lately, but I promise you we will get through it. I love being there for you when you need me most, and I enjoy being your sister mom. I hope today is all that you wish for and more. And then on Alana's page, she's been sharing photos of individuals, I assume, in the industry, She shared a photo with her niece Ella, and she wrote actually this caption which said, "My sister and her husband blessed our family with the sweetest bundle of joy on the planet Earth." Okay, I may be a little biased, but I believe it to be completely true. I've never been baby crazy, but this sweet-cheeked angel is the only exception. I am at an age where I do not want children yet. I'm just too young, but being able to love on my niece like she is my own is so amazing. From making sure the car seat is strapped in properly before every trip to watching baby girl breathe while she sleeps, you'll never meet someone besides mommy and daddy, of course, who is more concerned with the safety of the little person than me. There is something about being an aunt that is so fun. An aunt is a person that you go to when you think you're in trouble, when you want something mom and dad said that you couldn't have. An aunt is someone who takes you to get ice cream and play in the park to cool down after having a temper tantrum. I can't wait to be the one she runs to. Being an aunt means you get to be fun. Not to say I wouldn't correct my niece if she were misbehaving, but for the most part, I get to giggle and play and leave the hard stuff for mommy and daddy. As of right now, I only listen to the sweet coos and hungry cries, but I am fully prepared to listen to all of the problems in her life in the future. By the time my niece needs advice, hopefully I will have all of my life lessons perfected into relatable stories. Anything you do in life, sweet girl, I will be cheering you on. I already know you are going to do great things. The love I have for my niece is so pure. It's the love that is just there. I don't have to choose to love I don't have to choose to show love every day. I don't have to forgive. I don't have to worry if it isn't reciprocated. It's just there. Then she also shared, "It's okay not to be okay. Sometimes it's hard to follow your heart. Doesn't mean losing everybody, bruising." So I actually found her letter to her niece extremely telling. It's almost like a letter to her mother without basically saying anything. Thinking forward about how much she loves this child unconditionally, despite all these other things going on. She doesn't ask for it to be reciprocated. It's just there. She wants to be there. She wants to help this child. I feel like this is Alana basically screaming at her mother, "I want you to love me. I want you to care for me. I want you here." And a lot of times when children are abandoned, you'll see this a lot. They will start trying to find their own families or create their own family without the parent that's left them. In this case, it appears Alana has really taken with her sister, which is amazing, and is talking about how much she loves this little girl, which is awesome. But Alana is only 14 years old, and these are really big thoughts for a 14-year-old. My first impression actually of what she said is that that's a really well thought out and well written post about her aunt, about her little niece. It's sweet for her to consider and think about all of the things that she wants to do to help her niece. And I think it's a sign that these are the things that she's not getting from her mother and that are missing in her life because her mother has abandoned her along with her father. Her father doesn't have really anything to do with her. And now she is living with her 19-year-old sister and her 1-year-old niece and her husband. This is a really tough age for her. 14-year-old girls are really coming into their own. They're learning about so many different things. They're developing their own, they're learning and understanding their sexuality. They're developing physically. They're starting to like boys. There is so much that goes through their heads. They're starting to understand complex relationships and dynamics. They're starting to question the things that they see. And she's having to make really big, she has really big statements, really big questions, and she's having to deal with a lot more than I think most kids her age have to, sadly. I really feel for Alana after reading that, and I feel like this is sort of not uncommon with what you see of children with addicts. I think of this a lot because of my husband. My husband was raised by a mother who was an alcoholic, and my husband's one memory, and I'll just share this with you because he talks about this a lot and he's not shy about it, is that he always used to wait at the door and just like wait for his mother to come home because she never came home and she would just leave for weeks at a time. And he said that that's like one of the most painful memories of his childhood is just looking out the window and waiting for mom to come home. And that sense of like people leaving him has never lost him. He still deals with that to this day. And even as you grow, that abandonment is so raw and palpitating in like the heart of a child of an addict. And it's sad because now Alana is having to deal with all of this with the help of her sister. And thank goodness she has a sister that is helping her. But at 19, this is a lot for Pumpkin to have to take on. I'm really glad that Pumpkin has stepped up for her. But at the same time, where are the adults? Where are the mature people in this little girl's life that can really be there, that aren't just like a 19-year-old sister? Obviously, she's mature, she has a daughter, but at the same time, a 19-year-old like Pumpkin's brain isn't even fully developed. The frontal lobe of your brain doesn't actually like fully develop until you're like 25 years old. These are two young girls that are trying to navigate the world without any guidance and without a mother, and that's really heartbreaking. And families like this around the country are dealing with this every single day because of the opioid crisis and the massive problems we have with methamphetamine and cocaine. Addiction isn't just a individual's disease, it's a family disease, and it's ripping families apart. And I wanted to share this not because of it being a topical like, oh, honey, boo-boo is so sad, but as a representation of how so many families around the United States every day are dealing with this, and that Alana's message to her niece is not unlike a lot of young kids are feeling every day because their mothers didn't come home or chose a drug or a boyfriend because over their child. Alana, there are a lot of people out there that are rooting you and cheering you on and hoping you the best, and everyone is praying and putting out good vibes or whatever you want to, whatever you believe, that your mother will finally get the help that she needs. But I hope Alana knows more than anything that none of this is her fault. She shouldn't have to feel responsible for what her mother has done. And most importantly, I hope that these girls are getting professional help to help them through this very difficult time. If you have been, if you have struggled with addiction, or if you have these sort of feelings or have gone through something similar, I would love to hear your stories. Can you please tell me in the comments? I feel like I've learned so much from all of you, and it's always amazing to understand more about my subscribers and my viewers so that I can bring better stories for you. Let's all keep Alana and Pumpkin in our thoughts and just wish them the best and really hope that at some point Mama June wakes up. Bye, guys.